Greetings everyone and welcome back. We are currently making our way across the country along Route 66. The other day we started at the California coast and we are making our way eastbound towards Ontario, Canada. It feels like this trip is flying by. We've already finished the state of California and are on to Arizona. And although we do have several more states to cross before we make it to our destination, there is plenty of cool little towns, abandoned and still surviving, hanging on by a thread here along Route 66. Now, several decades ago, this was a booming area across the country. People would pack up their cars, pack up the family, and head across the country for a great old road trip, destined for Disneyland, or people just trying to strike it big, find their fame over in Hollywood. But for us, we are making our way the opposite way of what people normally do, and we have plenty to check out along the way. Last night we camped out just outside the little town of Oatman, Arizona, which has a very interesting backstory. Apparently the locals are pretty cool, and just the best part of a road trip is making these little stops and just experiencing towns along the way.
Just getting back on the road, and all I want to do is see the bureaus like all day long. I just want to pet them. I want to see what they're up to. Not going to feed them because you're not really supposed to do that. But besides that, we're going to go to Oatman and just check out the town. It looks pretty quirky and lots of little shops to kind of check out. So let's go see what we see.
There he was moving with his back turned again, riding on a train through the eastbound wind. The clouded, fogged up windows paint the picture pretty well.
Tucked into the Black Mountains along the historic Route 66 sits a little slice of the Old West that somehow managed to beat the odds. When the interstate system was built in the mid-20th century, it bypassed the majority of Route 66 and the countless towns that once thrived on the travelers passing through, all becoming ghost towns that dot this stretch of the desert today. However, this old gold mining town found a second life by leaning right into its frontier past, offering tourists a living reminder of what the iconic road once was. He's losing his tag. There we go. Your hand's all dusty?
A little bit. Just like petting Diesel. Would you eat that?
I dare you to take a nibble.
We confirmed that they're called burrows, not bureaus. So if I said that earlier, my bad. The burrow is going into one of the stores. It's so funny. He's gonna go shopping.
I enjoy how a lot of these old mining towns hang on to their character and the Wild West aesthetic, but you go into all these old looking buildings and pretty much all of them are a gift shop, so it's hard not to go into a couple and take a look. And I mean, we got a couple things in town, but
The antique stores were super cool.
yeah, so once you see
Like
one
a nostalgia kick.
once you see one gift shop, you've pretty much seen all of them. But we did go and see the one antique shop at the end of the road, and that was really cool.
We saw like meter sticks. So like when you were in school, you know, you get whacked with like the meter
Teacher
stick if
would
you were in
smack
trouble.
you with it.
We never did. We never got in trouble. But they had like a whole bucket of those. They had those Furbies. They had the largemouth bass that's on the wall that your grandparents had. You press the button and it'd like start
The Billy
swinging
Bass.
and
Yeah.
singing a song.
But I think we got a pretty awesome drive ahead of us as we pass through Oatman and carry on eastbound on Route 66. But nonetheless, you got to come and check out all these cool little towns along the road here. Bye, guys. Oh, he's pooping. Good for them. That's freedom.
Guess we're not going through.
A little bit of a roadblock. Looks like we got a duel on our hands. So kind to all the tourists. I know, I don't have any carrots, I'm sorry.
Oh. Hi.
I think he's hitting on you.
Do you want something? Probably smells diesel.
Probably. Well, we're just coming over Sitgreaves Pass. I believe it's pronounced that way. And we made a little stop on the side of the road because we got word there's some goldfish, of all things, just off the side of the road here. So we're gonna go take a look.
Right there.
Do you think we should add another pet to the van?
Yeah.
Could we handle a fish?
I don't know, could the fish handle the bumps? Be upside down like the Finding Nemo, Darla's fish.
So legend has it, a local, however long ago, noticed a trickle coming down from the mountainside and decided to cement a little bowl to make a pond. And another local supposedly put some goldfish in there. There it is. See if goldfish can survive on the side of a cliff
Oh, God.
in the desert heat.
Can you see through there?
Okay, yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
The view's cool.
It's pretty green.
This just in, there is a goldfish in there. I just saw the orange, but we're kind of like on top now, so we can kind of look straight down. But it's so thick and green, it is really hard to see through there, but I guess because of the contrast with the orange and the green, it kind of works. But let's see where he is. There he is, right in the middle. Look at your hip.
Oh, no way, yeah. How are they alive in this water? Okay, we have found the fish. And one thought I had is, who's feeding these fish? Like, how are they surviving? And there is a little jar of fish food tucked in the little crevice here. But this was built because all the burrows in the area needed a watering hole, essentially. So this guy built this little pond here for the burrows to come and drink, and apparently they still do that even to this day. I'm letting Alana do the honors because she was feeling pretty bad about these starving fish here, so we're gonna give them a little snack.
Kyle's gonna name all of them as they reach the surface.
Yeah. George, Georgina, Goldie, Guppy, Gregory.
Ginger, Jeff with a G.
Wow, there's a ton of them in there. Okay, our good deed is done for the day.
Well, I'm running like my hands on fire, and I don't intend to stop even when my legs grow tired. And yes, I'm stumbling on a piece of mind. There's regret in my soul that I've been nothing by. And I've got a secret, and I do not intend to keep it. Covered up my soul for far too long. And I've got a message from Colorado State, Texas.
Well, right outside our side door is a couple of donkey patties, so I think I'm just going to shovel those a little more off to the side. Well, to anyone out there that's been watching this channel for a little bit, you probably know by now that I love a good history lesson because it generally makes me appreciate the places that I'm visiting and seeing with my own eyes just that little extra bit more. And the town of Oatman, not only just so cool to look at, but it's got a pretty interesting but also pretty dark backstory, like a lot of places in North America. But long before some of the best gold mining camps had started here in Arizona, the name Oatman comes from the Oatman family, who were emigrating from the East Coast to the West Coast. And along their way, they came across some unwelcoming native tribes that unfortunately murdered most of the family. And 2 of the daughters were held captive for quite a while. And it's just a crazy backstory to think that, you know, back in the mid-1800s, you had to move hundreds and hundreds of miles with your family and sometimes, you know, become near starvation and just the hardships that would have involved coming across the country on foot or on donkey or on horse, whatever their source of transportation was. And a bunch of our new friends, the Burro crew, they're descendants of the old working mules, the pack mules that would haul stuff from the mining camps and supplies through towns in the area. And, you know, they're still very much wild animals, but they get to, you know, have a little bit more relaxed of a life and eat the cubed food that they get from the tourists that come through town. But it's pretty wild to think that they were brought to a place like this, and then once the gold shut down and, you know, the mining went away, the people went away, but they stayed right here and made this place home. But, you know, it's pretty common for humans to come up with things to complain about. But hearing little stories like that definitely make me a little bit more appreciative for what I have. And, you know, there's definitely hardships day-to-day life, but, you know, nothing nearly as hard as what, you know, families coming across the country would have to endure back then. Well, we got a few live ones out here. It sounds like one is right down the hill from camp here, but I can hear them kind of talking to each other through the little valley here, off in different directions. I'm gonna walk up a bit. I feel like he's got to be like right there. We just heard him. He was really loud. Aww.
Well, good morning. I mean, not good morning, but just woke up because Kyle is looking off into the front seats because he identified that there's a mouse in here. So he's currently trying to figure out where it is and how it got in and if we can get it out. But we have this little mouse detector thing that releases this like high pitch sound, I guess. Anyway, we haven't replaced the batteries yet, so we're like, let's do that first because it lets off this sound that apparently is supposed to like tell the mouse like not to come in here.
And it's worked wonders.
It has.
For as long as we've been in the van, but I did see it in the front and it went around Diesel's bowl. And I'm not going back to bed now, but there's a test button on it. I just put some fresh batteries in there, so I'm just gonna scale the perimeter and scare the crap out of all of them. Whoever's in here right now. Get out!
That'll tell him.
Feel like I'm doing an exorcism right now, getting these demons out of here. Gosh.
You hungry? Ready for breakfast now? Yeah. Watch out for the mouse.
All right, champ. Here we go. But anywho, we're making moves today. The sun is up, it's bright enough, so we're gonna hit the road, the open road, and enjoy another day on Route 66. And yeah, we're not gonna wait around for these little freeloaders to make a nest and cause any havoc here in the engine bay.
Oh, what big eyes you have. What big nose you have.
Hello, Bernard. You guys just came out of nowhere. Hi, buddy. Hi, bud. Yeah, making friends this morning. Well, we're on their time right now. They just seem more curious with the van. And they're not getting out of the street, so This is too funny.
Like, what is that thing?
Hello, bacon. All right.
Americano.
Americanos have been secured.
We stopped at Mud on 66 in Kingsman.
Give us a second. Taste test. It's gonna be a little hot. Hang on. Delicious. 8.5 out of 10. We have stumbled into the town of Hackberry because when we were getting coffee, two gentlemen kind of recommended to stop in here. And it's, I guess, an old mining town like pretty much all of these old towns. But it looks like we've come across, I think, an old school because there is, like, you can see the sawhorses and the kids' toys and an old basketball court. But yeah, today's kind of just one of those days we're just stumbling across all these little towns, and this road is just so fun for that because, you know, Oatman's such a cool little town and it's touristy, but there's so many of these other just small towns that are a couple minutes off the main road that you would just bypass, you know, if you didn't get, you know, the knowledge from somebody who lives around here or without really looking into it. So yeah, we're stumbling upon some goodies today.
What's a sawhorse?
It's where like one kid is on one side and another one is on the other side.
Oh, I thought they were called seesaws.
I think they get it. They know what I'm talking about. Or when your buddy's heavier than you are and they launch you up into space. One of those. Well, there's a private property sign and it's all gated off, so unfortunately we can't go rummage around inside. But that's okay. I love coming across these little towns and just going out and exploring. Definitely haunted.
Yeah, it looks very spooky.
Yeah.
Imagine the bell just started ringing.
That'd be cool. It's also just eerily quiet here too.
Yeah, there's not much going on.
No. Well, whenever you see a place covered in stickers, you just gotta stop and check it out. I'm willing to bet we can put ours up there, but I think we'll go in and get permission first before we go slapping away the road stickers on everything. Also could use some more snacks. You can never have too many snacks on a road trip. Morning. Hi. How are you today? Awesome, thank you.
Good.
I saw a building covered in stickers, so I had to stop in and
Place to be.
check it out. Yeah, that's right. They're always the coolest spots. No, thank you. That's fine.
Thank you, Dad.
You have a good day. Take care. So this kind of just happened without your permission.
It's gotten into like those gas pumps. They've ruined them because on the other side they're all strictly graffiti. And when you try to take them off, it rips clear off.
Right.
A lot of our old signs, like if you look into here, these used to be really valuable. Some of these old signs are worth a fortune.
Right.
We've lost their value now because if we pull the stickers off, we pull the paint off.
Okay. So maybe you don't need an additional sticker today then? I figured it was best to ask permission before just
I
slapping
was
a
kind of
sticker.
surprised though. I've been a little bit surprised at the mentality of people that will deface the gas pumps.
Right.
That and the whole other side of it is completely just
Right.
destroyed.
So how long have those? No, those aren't functioning, obviously. Then, right?
they're not functioning, but they're worth a fortune.
I believe it, right?
But that defacing has devalued them a lot because that original paint would have to come off and be redone. They're going to lose some of their value.
Right.
But yeah, you could absolutely put that.
Okay. I wanted to ask you first. Thank you.
I'm ready.
Right. Do the honors?
Yes.
I think that spot was just waiting for us.
Yep. Here we are. Come find us.
The Hackberry General Store. Okay, buddy. No cat food. You can't have the cat food. I'm sorry.
Oh, look how cute he is.
Make sure it didn't go out the other side.
Okay.
We're good. We have made it to Flagstaff, but we have found ourselves in a bit of a predicament here because all the Forest Service roads are closed this time of year, and it's unfortunate because there's no snow. Like we'd be perfectly fine going back there, but I guess because we're at such, high elevation, we're at 7,000 feet, snow can happen at any time. So they are closed, and
a few more options down the road though.
few more options, but the first 3 are no go. So, and yeah, we got a bit of a time crunch here because Elena's got class and I gotta get some editing done. So here we go, down the road.
Doing another attempt here. So far so good. We just got off the highway and we're on a paved road. And so GPS is saying about another 3 minutes. So we still have a little bit of a ways to go, but so far it seems promising. So far. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
And it's a bust. Okay, it's not our best work, but we found a little cul-de-sac at the end of a road, and I think we're parked across from the dump. Well, it's a green waste site, so...
We're parked diagonally from the gate.
From the gate, yeah. But we're off the road, and there's nothing saying we can't park here, so I think we're just going to post up and risk it, and if someone comes and tells us to move on, we'll move on. But this looks like it's going to be home for the evening. We should be okay. It looks like the dump station beside us is closed for the season as well. So it seems like a pretty quiet road. I don't think anyone's going to come back here and give us a hassle. But it made me think, we've only ever gotten the one time we've gotten a knock on the van. And it was the night of all nights where it was the first time we got like really, really sick in the van. And I was throwing up. I was sleeping on the floor just so I wouldn't disrupt Alana while she was sleeping because she had to be up for work the next morning. And around like 5:30 in the morning, we were camped out at the casino. And you are allowed to camp at casinos if you go in and check in with the front desk people. And it was almost time to get up for us to get up, but he still came at like 5:30 in the morning and knocked on the window. And so I peeled myself off the floor and basically just showed him the piece of paper that we had that he couldn't see coming up to the window. But yeah, we've only gotten the knock one time, and yeah, I think we'll be okay. I don't think we're gonna have any issues this evening. It is a quiet road. Like you can just hear the highway a little bit, but
It's fine. Home is where you park it and what you make of it.
right.
That exercise frequently, and if you urinate and it looks like Coca-Cola, also not normal. That's a sign of rhabdo. So those memories is responsible for the majority of ulcers in the stomach and small intestine.
So I made a very creamy pesto sauce, and I just put cherry tomatoes and red onion and shrimp in it, and some rosemary for spices. So kept it pretty simple. Never made it like this before, so hopefully it's good. Sauce tasted pretty good. Don't have tongs or anything, so of course I'm making a huge mess. Well, guys, we have a mouse update, and that mouse update is, I just saw it right here on our night table. I just saw it. A few minutes ago, we were just kind of like sitting here doing some work, and we kept looking at each other like, do you hear something? And then we'd like turn off like what we were doing just to like listen, and we just were like, no, we're probably just, it's the wind or it's just us moving. But then like a few minutes later I like saw it. I'm like, oh my god, it's right there. So he's not shy by any means, but he's gotta go.
I thought maybe we were just tripping out because my ears are pinned just still from this morning. And I mean, it's a pretty cute mouse, but like he's got no fear. He's just roaming around, hanging out with the three of us. And the reason I have so much, I don't like mice. I really don't like mice, is because they got into the van before when we first bought the van. But before we had the van, we had our SUV, and they chewed out a ton of wires, and the van, like the check engine light was flashing. They did a whole whack of damage over a couple of days. So we can't have that being on the road as far as we are and as far as we need to go. We can't risk that. So I have some of the sticky traps because I don't really want to kill this guy. But I have some of the sticky traps, and I think it might be a good thing that he's just so overly confident. So he might just walk through and then get himself stuck. And then we've got a whole bunch of oil, so we can hopefully oil him off of the sticky pad and just let him be free and far, far away from the van. It's looking like we might have to sacrifice a little bit of our cheese. Just gonna cut a little cube off, put it on here, and hopefully that works. It's good quality cheese right there.
For good measure.
I think I'm gonna put one right behind my seat, and then actually maybe one in the garage space. Well, we weren't expecting to get him that quickly, but he's on the pad now, and we're just gonna put him in something so he can breathe and be okay. Sorry, buddy. And then we gotta lather him up in some oil, and I think what we're gonna do is just transport him as far away from the van tonight and just let him out into the forest somewhere so he has a fighting chance, but not a chance here in the van. All right, down the road we go. I got him in the pot, and it looks like it's just his feet on the sticky part, so we shouldn't have to waste our entire bottle of olive oil. But we're gonna head down a little ways and let him out into the woods to make new friends and a new family, and not chew up all our wires. Yeah, boy, thanks for the help, buddy.
On a mouse mission.
Here we go. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Just a little olive oil on your foot. I know, I feel really bad.
Can we pick it off at all? Okay, still moving. Okay.
Carry on. You're an olive oil soaked little guy in the middle of the forest, but you have a chance.
He did not eat any cheese. I don't know.
Oh, he's good. Okay.
On a new adventure.
Godspeed, Marty.
I can't even see him.
We've done our part. Let's
Okay.
I don't-
Call it a night.
Yeah. Morning coffee walk, taste test.
Here we go. It's a perfect temperature.
Delicious.
It's yummy.
We shall walk. Imagine just waking up so happy every morning you just sing for like an hour and a half. Well, we've covered more ground since we said goodbye to our friend Marty, but shortly after we realized that Marty was not the only one hanging out in our engine bay, and sadly his buddy Maurice got the guillotine. We had to bring the big guns out because, like I said, we can't take any chances. Walter's got to get us several hundred more kilometers eastbound back towards Ontario, Canada. And you know what? We love this van. It has been through the ringer. It has been amazing to us, you know, besides our little transmission mishap. That's been the only thing. But you know what, folks? We're going to be hanging out in the southern Arizona region for the next few weeks because Elena has some work here in the area. and plenty more adventures, because Arizona is just one of those states that we fell in love with pretty much right away when we came through here a couple months ago. So we're excited to be hanging out, enjoying that sunshine just a little bit longer before we head back up to the Great White North. And in a couple weeks' time, we'll get back up to Flagstaff, continue our trip eastbound on Route 66. And I'm really excited to bring that one to you guys, because we did some interviews with people along the way. Just plenty of cool little abandoned towns and just that old Americana rustic tourist towns along the way. It's going to be a cool one. So if you guys haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Operation 25K, 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And yeah, we can't do it without your help. So you guys have a great week. Get out there on an adventure. We'll see you guys in the next one. Come on, let's go up. Show them your jump. Yeah, right. Come on.